Hello again, guys. I said I would do a review on Sandbox in the next video. I really like this game too. I think I just like sand-related games in general. You see, this game also has stuff. You see, you can search by relevance, newest, is upvotes, loads, and oldest. Now you see, this just deletes everything. This will save your work. This changes the canvas size, this changes settings. You can shop. This changes your Anyways, let's get a medium canvas. This is sand. It's pretty much indestructible to lava. It's pretty much indestructible to some items in game. Water. Now, it acts exactly as described. If you put sand in it, it just falls to the rock. This is something that can only be liberated by acid, but is immune to lava. Unbreakable wall. Exactly as described. Can't even be affected by the virus. Coal. Now you see, this coal actually stays in place, but it works exactly the same as the one in the powder game. You see, this came before the powder game. Also, it produces ash when on fire. Wood. It works exactly as in the powder game. You see, this came before the powder game, so even though I'm comparing things to the powder game, that does not mean it came after. Sawdust. Wood, but it falls. Glass. Now this one doesn't actually shatter when you put lava on it. This only melts. It only melts if you put it on with blue fire. Metal. It heats up. Works exactly at the same. As you can see, there are different, like, not very hot and hot. Also, you can change the brush size, which is cool, I guess. Ice. Works not exactly as it does, as it only melts after a period of time. It's a insulator. Okay, this goes with thermometer, so I'll be covering thermometer as exactly as described. If you put liquid nitrogen on it, it turns cold. Lava, it turns hot. Now, thermoinsulator does something quite funny to it. You see, if you were to make it hot, then set it to, say, -1, that number, -300, it would still stay hot. But if there was a gap, if there was no thermoinsulator, it would start turning warm, then room temperature, then cold, then freezing cold. Okay. Gunpowder. It works exactly the same as in powder game. It explodes if you light it. TNT. It explodes, but differently. Nuke. Same thing, but lightning. It works exactly the same. It's called lighting in there. Fire. Also works exactly the same. Lava. Works almost exactly the same, but it doesn't turn into rock if you pour. In fact, it evaporates the water and turns it into a rain cloud. Same with acid, except it produces acid rain. Cool, right? Virus. If I were to just put a little wood scribble over here and put a virus over here, then it would infect the wood. It can infect anything except it can even infect smoke. Because it can infect like anything. It can infect anything except the unbreakable wall, as you can see. Blue fire. Not only does this have the capability to melt wood, it can also melt glass. Acid. It burns things. Liquid nitrogen. This is the coldest item in game. If water touches it, it will turn into ice. But then it evaporates. Fuse. Works exactly as in the game if you light it on fire. But it's acetone. It's like nitroglycerin in the powder game, except it doesn't explode and it just lights on fire. Ethanol. Just like acetone, acetone, whatever. But it produces blue fire, no matter if you light it on fire with normal fire or not. Oil. Unlike you can't light it on fire, but it still floats on water, I guess, and it looks like pee. I guess you could use this for a build, I guess, I don't know. Coal lump. Works exactly like coal in the powder game. Drain. It can drain these following items: water, oil, acid, not lava, not sand. Can it melted glass? No. It cannot melt much. Gravel. This is pretty much in game. This is pretty much just rock, but in a powder form. Snow. This works exactly like foam in the original game when it falls, but instead of turning into a liquid, it powder. Salt. This will turn water into salt water. As you can see. Smoke. It doesn't do much. Now let's go over the setting. FPS counter turns the show lock materials. Doesn't show lock materials, but I don't have any lock materials since I have the Game Pass, I guess. So border collisions. Watch. Everything falls down. So unless you got something like wood to hold it up, it will fall into the abyss. Canvas color. You can turn it like any color you want, I guess. I guess it's good for builds like a blue man, but you could use water, I guess. But I don't care really. Anyways, temperature. The max temperature is not what I'm typing in. It's 3,000 degrees Celsius. Water immediately evaporates. So does acid. I think when does glass solidify once it melts? Let me see. Glass does not solidify once it melts unless you do that or something. Wood and coal, anything flammable will get immediately set on fire. Anything that can explode will immediately explode. The fire liquids will immediately catch on fire. Fuses will immediately light. Ice will cease to exist. Metal, can metal become hot and not cool down? Metal will not cool down and thermometers will turn red. Now, minus 300 is the max temperature. Water immediately turns into ice. Acid works like intended. Fire still works. Liquid nitrogen. Oh yeah, that probably like evaporates faster. Liquid nitrogen will immediately evaporate. Will liquid nitrogen never evaporate? Let us check. Snow and ice will not melt. Liquid nitrogen will not evaporate. Thermometers will turn cold slowly. And now we can let's make a community creation. Okay, a cup of water. Let's make a woodman. And let's make it look like this rock ball exploded and scattered virus. Like that. Actually, no. yeah, did I mention you can like and load, but I'll do that after we publish our... There we go. Then let's add this derpy face, cause why not? And post. Okay. Anyways, we can like, dislike, or load creations. But you'll have to wait for the respective size too. This seems to be on a large canvas. Either that or it's a small canvas. I genuinely can't tell. This seems to be a large canvas. It says to feed the dog water in the description, so we can also feed it lava if we want to, I guess. And acid, too. But that is not my creation. And anyways, goodbye, sillies.